Yo, 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 Big Cash back up in here, man. Have y'all been hearing about this Party Next Door and this Drake album? Man, I've been hearing nothing but negativity about it. And this is what happens when you don't have that UMG financial backing behind you. Yeah, I remember I heard somebody say, hey, he better not drop nothing. It's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. We about to react to this video. Why Drake is getting humiliated for trying to diss Kendrick again. And I'm here for it all. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. We about to get into it. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when it comes to Drake and Party Next Door's new collab album, SSS For You, what is clear is that when we look at the performance Drake has given us on this album when the stakes have never been higher, that with all of the pressure on him in this current time, he seemingly didn't think everything he was saying on this record through, and from terrible lines and moments to...
I got plaques like what? See, I still ain't listen. I should go ahead and listen to it just so I can have something to say. I got plaques like I haven't been brushing my... This is what happens when you don't have the financial backing to purchase those ghostwriters no more. This is what happens. This is what happens, y'all. This is what happens. Let's get it, y'all.
And moments to entire disses where he's messing with the wrong people. Overall, in this time where Drake is trying to change the rules of rap beef in the worst way possible with his suit because he is sad that he lost to Kendrick Lamar and Not Like Us in their beef, for some reason, despite the victim role he is playing to try and convince people there, he is still sneak dissing within the same way he always had here at not just people like Joe Budden, but also, and even after losing and being taught every single lesson possible, at Kendrick Lamar once again. And with what Drake says to Kendrick on this album, it's really some of the worst disses he has ever thrown out. And what's already clear is that from Kendrick to other people he is still trying to beef with, that Drake's moves here are not going to end well for him. And now before we go any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and really, it's more important to do these than ever because the Drake fans are getting mad at me and they don't want you to hear this because after all, I am telling the truth. So really, press that.
Hey, look, you know, Fantastic, he gonna keep it real. They don't like me because they know I'm gonna tell the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That like and subscribe button. And so now with Drake, when we look at this entire album, while the record is of course making a lot of noise right now because everyone is interested in seeing just how low Drake has fallen in this era, which in of itself, I think before Drake fans want to run around and say that he's back, they have to realize that and also consider that in this era, most of the time music like this rises up unless it is something that is truly quality driven like Kendrick Lamar's GNX, it is never gonna last. As overall, the music Drake has given us is not seeming to resonate with people outside of his sad fan base who is so desperate for anything, as to quote Kendrick Lamar, "The effort he made here is not enough." And really, one of the main reasons why this is due to the fact that on the most basic and fundamental level, Drake did not even create a consistent performance here in terms of the message and version of himself that he wants to bring out to.
So it wasn't even no thought process behind the album. I'm gonna go listen to it. Y'all let me know in the comment section, have you listened to it? I know some people were saying they couldn't even get through the first 3-4 songs.
The world, because on this record, what he is doing is now solidifying why hip-hop heads are over him entirely, because on part of the album, he's trying to play that victim card once again like he has ever since he lost to Kendrick Lamar in their beef, but then on the other side of things, he is still trying to be the tough guy who thinks he can say whatever he wants and go against anybody as well.
That's messing him up.
These contrasting egos create a performance on this album where Drake will then rap about how he is over beef and what it means and he only wants to get the party going. But then in the same regard, he says that no matter what people want him to do and what's happening, he can't get over all of the rap beef that has went down and that he is only getting...
Oh, I keep missing him. Broski just hit me, said pull all the beef on the side. I can't.
That has went down and that he is only going to stand in it at this point going forward. And when it comes to this confusion and ultimately in terms of trying to create a cohesive and dynamic experience, Really, with the stakes being this high and coming from an artist who is of Drake's level, it's really just an artistic embarrassment. We don't see this mess anywhere more than on the track Gimme a Hug, as with Drake giving what is his most lyrical performance since the entire beef here. While at one point everyone would think that Drake getting back to actually rapping would be a good thing, because of where he is at, he just allows himself here to expose how lost and out of touch with reality he is, and this is of course what happens here in the worst way possible. As throughout this entire song, Drake codes this thing with so many disses that are all trying to head Kendrick Lamar's way, and once again, with Drake trying to talk about this plot to end his career and everything that came with that, what Drake tries to do here is diminish the impact of Kendrick Lamar's career and what the beef actually did to him. And I mean, while Drake can say all of these things on a song, and again, act like he is all good, I mean, we all just saw the Grammys and the Super Bowl. We have seen the reality of how much you've lost and how you have reacted to taking such a massive L. And now beyond this, which really, these lines just set the scene, things only get much worse from here. As Drake is now trying to comment here and seemingly diss Kendrick Lamar and everything he's done, as he talks about how hip-hop has flipped and what the impact of everything is with Kendrick Lamar as the leader of the genre, as he tries to make this clever line about how girls and dance
Ahead of Girls Up at 29 on the stage with Head of Girls Up.
Now need to do their job with a dictionary in their hands, which is of course his way of trying to make fun of Kendrick Lamar for actually having substance in his music and keeping the level of quality in his lyrics high, even when he is—
yeah, he want us to be dumb. He want us to be dumb. Oh, you need a dictionary in your hand to find out what Kendrick— That's good. That's good. He doesn't have this misconception of what black people is like. Like, yo, we are the smartest, most intelligent people on this earth, man. The books and all of that stuff that we created in the past, he just think like— Now, granted, there are some of us that had to go through this system that kept us down for so long. You know what I mean? And like, bro, when you think of I'm just for people like him, when you think of black people, do not think stupid, man. These, bro, that we're not slow. We're not slow. Yeah, a lot of us had to go through this messed up ass school system. You know what I mean? Some of us didn't catch on. I couldn't take nobody else teaching me. I had to find out later on in life that I learned from my own people more than people of another nation. I can't learn from other people of another. I can sit down and listen to somebody from another nation all day. I will not pick it up. But if I'm listening to my people, I pick it up like that. I don't know, it's something spiritual, but not all of us are like that. I just had to find out that I'm like that. But yeah, as far as you talking about, oh, you need a dictionary to listen to Kendrick Lamar, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, bro? Oh, we can't. We belong here, bro. Like, yo, what's wrong with you, bro? He really think we are what's in the movies. He been watching too many movies, boy. Wordy bond.
Is making major hits, and once again, while we all see the angle Drake is trying to play here, this just doesn't work, and if anything, is pushing him further away from hip-hop as a whole.
Hey, I was just watching Beverly Hills Cop last night, man. He was saying that shit too. He was like, you watch too many movies. You watch too many, yo, it's a lot of ninjas out there. You watch too many movies, man.
Because he is showing that he doesn't actually like the genre and wanted to lean into what has made it great in the first place. And now after these disses at Kendrick, Drake just spirals out on this track in the second half altogether. As to start off this verse, he tries to go on a whole tangent where he is saying that he believes he is more hip-hop than anybody else, just because of random things that make him think that he is the most impactful rapper of this generation. And again, even if Drake is right about—
Mike, you ain't getting no credibility off Dirk, bro. Where's Dirk? Y'all see how he holding up Dirk? Y'all see how he holding him up? That man's in jail. For what? For deleting his own people or getting like, come on, bro. Why is you upholding this violence? Why is you upholding all of this stuff, bro? We don't want that for our people, bro. We don't want that. And he trying to bring that, he trying to make it known like, yeah, I'm violent. I want to be violent. Bro, sit your ass down.
about all the experiences he is talking about here. Nobody who loves hip-hop and wants to see it in the best place possible would ever bring paperwork into rap beef, and especially when on this same track you are now dissing people and trying to be tough. Which really just makes you look terrible, because Drake contradicts what he is trying to win over with his claims about Not Like Us, as he is just escalating more beef on this song beyond Kendrick, as he also disses Joe Budden by name-dropping one of his co-hosts, Melissa Ford, as he says that he doesn't like seeing her next to Joe within a much wilder way than I am putting it, because she is also from the 6 as well. And now beyond this quick stop at dissing a retired rapper in Joe, who I'm sure even just on his pod is gonna get Drake back, from here, Drake once again circles back to Kendrick with both vague lines that are saying that while Kendrick is dropping music like GNX, his album.
Hey, shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop for putting these putting this together, man. This is good. This is work right here.
And what he's doing is harder, which, while again, I don't want to dive into this full record because we don't have anywhere near enough time for that. It does not take an expert to figure out which album is having a greater impact and what is the better piece of music. And now, while on this record, Drake spirals out even more about how he is back and tries to play this new tough guy role. Although, of course...
Hey, shout out to Absolutely. She made a post or something like this. She was like, y'all let me know if you're, she said, in honor of Drake and Party Next Door album, I'm going to be listening to GNX. In honor of Drake's and Party Next Door album, I'm about to be listening to GNX. I said, that's good the way you worded that.
Of course, we all know he is not the guy who he thinks he is, and that in actuality, everybody thinks he's the opposite. On the rest of this album and through the entire rollout from Drake so far, he has continued to try and just step on Kendrick Lamar and everything he is doing, and once again, deliver a winning diss and response all of these months after the musical back and forth has been over, and Kendrick's win and his impact has never been greater. We see just how desperate Drake gets most prominently later on this album, when Drake says the lines, "We're not like them and they're not like us." And I mean, with Drake saying the words of the song that ended his career, while he thinks that this is clever and that by saying this he is pushing back on everything Kendrick has done to him and is somehow getting ahead of the joke, I mean, beyond the song being out for months, it's almost a diamond record, and it has become a cultural staple bigger than any other rap song has been in years, and so no little line that addresses this thing is ever going to be able to take away the facts of everything it has done to you. And especially for Drake, when leading up to this, all he has talked about on this record is the sad lifestyle he lives, where he just can't grow up and he is stuck around all of the most superficial and dull things possible. Which again, at this point with where Drake is at, this is just not a flex, and if anything, is making Kendrick's work and everything that has happened look better, because with Drake just being himself, he is proving why he lost as bad as he did in this beef with Kendrick and why everyone is just done with these same old games. And now, as this entire performance from Drake is about playing so many different roles at once, of course Drake couldn't just leave his disses up to what he was saying in the music, because Drake loves causing even bigger problems than that and just making the mess of whatever he is trying to create bigger and bigger. And seemingly how Drake did this now was by subtly responding to Kendrick Lamar sweeping the Grammys with Not Like Us, by once again trying to make fun of the biggest award show in music and saying that he is using the most coveted trophy an artist can get as a doorstop. And again, while it's clear that Drake is going,
bruh, you can't talk that talk no more, bruh. Doc got 5 of them joints one night, man. You can't talk none of that.
Out of his way to say something like this right now to try and show that he doesn't care about the awards Kendrick Lamar won and all he accomplished, because what we saw that night was history. When you just see that, if you go back to Drake's Tootsie Slide video and see the reality of having his Grammys hanging up in his trophy room, I mean, we see that once again. The message he is putting out is performative, and that he is only saying and doing these things to try and dismiss Kendrick as opposed to actually doing anything to benefit him. And I mean, with Drake starting off this entire new era of his career and with this album by showing that despite all of the changes that have happened both in hip-hop and with his career, that despite it all, he is still really portraying himself to be the same old Drake that he was during the For All the Dogs era. Ultimately, what we are going to see is that while Drake fans are happy right now because they have an album to cheer for, and of course the record is getting attention because everyone wants to see just how the next step of Drake's career is looking, as this album is not pushing or showing any evolution or improvement in the Drake formula, and once again, feels like he is going backwards in terms of how he progresses. Overall, unlike what Drake fans keep trying to say, this thing is not gonna last. And when it comes to Drake still trying to start more beef on this record, whether it's with Joe Budden or Kendrick Lamar, Just as Joe said before this record dropped, don't try to beef with anybody now in this time where you have no hype and things are really just looking like they're over. And I mean, with Drake still trying to discredit and take down Kendrick Lamar beyond coming at somebody like Joe.
Yeah, hey, Joe Budden, shut that down ASAP, bro. Don't try to come at me now. I was sleeping in the studio, making banger after banger trying to get you to respond. You was on your little high horse. You was on your little level. Nah, don't, Now that you cold, what he say? You got in your turquoise boots. Get out of here, boy.
There's no other way to say it, but this is just the most pathetic thing you can do, because when it comes to trying to discredit what Kendrick has now done, I mean, while you should, and in the spirit of competition, it would be encouraged to try and top Kendrick's bodies of work and try to chase their impact. You can't act like playing at the Super Bowl, sweeping the Grammys, and just changing the culture doesn't mean anything, because you have seen how much these things have shifted and how much Kendrick's victory in this beef has shaken up the game. And so overall, while Drake can keep dissing Kendrick Lamar and trying to act like the reality of what we have all seen is not the one that he has, this just isn't gonna work, and Drake neglecting the success of Kendrick and still trying to underestimate him when he is on the mic. And at the same time, he is trying to tell people higher up in paperwork that Kendrick went too far and ruined everything. In all regards, Drake's ability to not be able to pick a stance and do anything respectable is why his career is falling apart and going forward. While I'm sure Kendrick is not going to respond to this because he has said every single thing that he needs to, which I think was very clear with the whole game over message at the end of the halftime show.
Yeah, no round twos, game over. Dot ain't responding to this. He got a tour to get ready for. They setting up lights, cameras, and you know what I'm saying? Action, man. They ain't, bruh. No, that'd be going backwards. That'd be going back. He showed you. Matter of fact, Sis had broke it down. Queen Poe, I forgot it. Yeah, Queen Poe. She had broke it down to you. It was a clock. Letting you know, like, nah, we ain't going backwards. We not going backwards. We going straight forward, bruh. And if he go back and diss Drake, that'll make no sense. First of all, you giving him shine. You know what I'm saying? Second of all,
Still, it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this affects Drake within the worst way. And so now with all this said, let me know. What do you think about Drake's disses here? Are you over him trying to play this weird game? And what do you think is going to happen next? Well, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And again, as I said earlier, I really do need the support because the Drake fans don't want you to hear this. And now if you want to see how because of Drake doing things just like we are seeing here, everybody besides his fans does not like this album so far, check out the suggested video.
Hey, shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop putting in that work, man. We gonna support you, bro. We gonna support you, man, for real. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Should Kendrick respond to this album or should he not, man? Man, y'all know what I think. Gonna do your tour, Dot. Gonna live your life. Enjoy your family, bro. Hey, look, you did a great job. You already, you know what I'm saying? You already put the nail in the coffin. He's done. He's done. Ain't no need to, nah. You at the top now. So enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.